I don't know anybody that got elected by promising to give the IRS more money. So, I mean,
Yep.
you're not going to run around and say, vote for me and I'll give the IRS extra money. But the reality is, and our audience is primarily tax practitioners, I think we've all seen in the last few years as the IRS has got money. Now, some of it's slow to show an impact, but we're seeing some improvements. And, we all think they need more people and need better training. And, the online accounts are getting better. And all of that takes money. I think if we could have the discussion about spending it wisely and being efficient with the spending instead of whether they get it or not, we'd all be better off. But that's not necessarily how the political winds blow. And and how do you make plans as an agency that never knows from one day to the next how much money you're going to have?
And also, it's not just that Inflation Reduction Act money. There's the annual budgets,
Right, right.
and they saw cuts during the Trump years. Over the last 25 years, that's been cut substantially, and the number of employees is down substantially at the IRS. And so, yeah, the go-to answer, as you well know, for the last 20 years at IRS, when there have been complaints about a system that's outdated or something that doesn't work, is we don't have the funding to fix
Right, we
that
don't
or
have
replace that. They kind of ran out of that excuse with this Inflation
right,
Reduction Act, because you said, wait,
right.
you got $80 billion, and so they have, and I think Werfel was sort of tailor-made for this kind of project. I mean, this is what he did in the private sector and in the public sector, but they have been looking to modernize systems. Now, it's never as fast as we would like it to be, and sometimes the way they go about it isn't the way we like, but they have been making some progress, and to have that taken away would be, would set all that back.
Well, and when you need money in the budget to justify the money you want to spend, you need an effective agency to, to try to close the tax gap and do all the things that are there. And, yeah, the IRS isn't perfect. They're not as bad as they're made out to be publicly, but they're not perfect. But they do need funds.